this is Aunt Gina, and we are watching Flower Philosophy. Maybe we can learn something. I learned something from my show. I go home, I put it on, I listen to what I have to say, and I learn something. So there is benefit. And, you know, every now and then I'll watch a little bit of television, not very often, and it's so detrimental, I think. So many of the shows are so bad for the spirit. And so, of course, but it's entertainment. There must be a lot of boredom out there, which I understand. So I decided that I wanted to do something on a deeper level and produce a TV show. So I film constantly in preparation for it to be on a larger level. This right here, I've seen these roses before. Usually they're a little bit darker and they're called Matisse. I don't have the exact name for this one, but they are available. And they're like striped. You know, they used to have them in fire and ice. People used to ask me for fire and ice. They no longer grow fire and ice. They no longer grow Nicole roses. They no longer grow peekaboo roses. Oceana will probably be faded out also. The names that I just mentioned on these roses, the growers don't grow them. And sometimes people will call me up and ask me specifically for these gorgeous roses. Like, for example, Oceana is extremely fragrant. It's a wonderful rose. However, it opens immediately, and the florists just don't like to carry them. They blow open so quickly that you can't keep them for more than a day or two, and then when the recipient gets them, no matter what, there's a complaint because the rose blew open too fast. So that's what I tell people all the time, the character traits of the roses. For example, yellow roses. No matter what you do, no matter where you get them from, it doesn't really matter. Characteristically, yellow roses open quickly. I have met very few yellow roses that don't go into a full bloom, so I generally do not carry yellow roses. But if someone requests them, I will explain the character trait of the yellow rose and get the yellow rose. It is a rose of friendship. It does have a wonderful fragrance. This rose here, it's so unique and so new. I believe it's very fresh too, so I believe it'll open nicely, but because I don't see it too often, I don't know the character traits of its bloom. So what I will do is I'll hold on to a couple of them and I'll watch them bloom as the customer watches their roses bloom, so I can determine whether or not this customer got a good flower or not. It's important. This is my job. This particular bouquet, which is called a designer's choice, that means I get to choose everything. I put it in a large vase. I use 6 of the same color roses and then mixed flowers. Now, this gentleman has been a customer for years, probably over 10 years, and his wife, his lovely wife, just got laid off. You know, the banking industry has injured us worldwide, and everybody's life is affected. Rich or poor, we are all affected by their thievery. So here's the message card. I normally wouldn't read the message card, but it's so good. Dear babe, although this may be the last day at this job, this is only the beginning of the memories you will create for our family that will last a lifetime. I will take care of you forever. Love always. XOXO. So touching and so beautiful. I am mindful of my responsibility to that message card and how important this bouquet is. Flowers are important. I take my job very seriously. I understand love. And I also understand love sickness. If you're following the show, or if you've even watched it once, you know that that's my plight. And it's an unfortunate sadness. I brought it on myself, but you know, sometimes we all have our ailments, and wouldn't it be interesting that I would have this particular one? And I do, and it's just unfortunate. So I have a couple of friends that are trying very hard to help me through my love sickness. Stop it! That's all I'm going to say. I have one cub. I say he's a teething cub, and I'm so flattered. And you know, it's really wonderful to have friends in our life that truly care. They are called treasures, and we never want to lose those treasures. And sometimes, if we stick it out, we'll find the pearl that's waiting for us. And that's what this gentleman is to me, a pearl. Caring, loving, sincere, truly for my best interest in seeing that I am well. Sad to see that I am heartbroken over a gentleman. But I figure that being heartbroken educates me more on the suffering of others, especially in my field of work, where love is the main focus, because roses are a symbol of love. So far we've got 6 roses. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. Aunt Gina loves you. Isn't that so corny? Isn't that kind of strange to hear from an adult woman who's selling flowers? But it's truly how I feel. I love America so much. I love my country so much. And seeing it hurt makes me crazy. I'm in the trenches. As artists, we really put ourselves out there. We really do. We take chances with our life because we have a need to express our creativity. And that's what I'm doing. I'm expressing my creativity. And I've come to a point in my life that I'm not afraid to do that anymore, because for so long I'd be thinking that I have to protect my company. I have to make sure that Dial-A-Rose is safe, and I don't want to appear crazy or anything like that. But I can't help but be myself, and people around me love me. That's what's important. Acceptance is what's important. Not everyone fits into the mold of how another believes they should act or carry on with their life. Especially if you're an artist where you have the need to create. This right here, these are just so beautiful, but I was a little surprised because we are in June. We're June 30th, and this is what they had available. But see how this flower is absolutely fresh and healthy and gorgeous? Because they're probably not growing as many right now for this to come in this nice. This is a nice flower. I was talking about the yellow rose, which means friendship. It's a wonderful rose. See how open that is already? This is very fresh. If this were out of the cooler, it would go into a complete and full bloom. Now, the bloom holds. That's the trick. But upon presentation, you get your bouquet, and it starts to open immediately and quickly. And I think roses should open more slowly. So what I would do is I would peel back a couple of the guard petals, and I don't even like to do that because they're so beautiful. But guard petals are guard petals, and some people don't like the way they look. One of the gentlemen that I'm sponsoring has been selling flowers like crazy. He's doing well. I'm very happy for him. I put together these little bouquets for him with 3 roses, and they are complimentary from Dial-A-Rose up to $500. And then he is on his own. He has to pay for his flowers. But he's starting to create a route. And what is my benefit? Cui bono? Who benefits? I benefit because he's out there talking about Dial-A-Rose. He's spreading love, and he's giving out my business cards. That's what's so beautiful about my business. I remember Sister Mary, my only girlfriend, I guess, my best girlfriend, ends up being a Catholic nun, if you could even imagine that. Yes, I can. Well, she's my absolute favorite friend. And one day she realized, and she said to me after I did Pentecost, I did all the flowers for Pentecost, and it was just phenomenal. And she said, and she ordered flowers for someone very sick. And I delivered them, and of course I had great empathy for this woman who had cancer. I delivered the flowers, and she called me, and she goes, Gina, your business is a ministry. And it is a ministry. Anything that we do that benefits others really is a ministry with wholeheartedness. There's a lot of businesses out there that are strictly for the profit and to take advantage of others in order to obtain that. Not what I'm about. Not what I want. Not what I want for America. I mean, that's what our banks are doing to us. They are so incredibly greedy that they have to have all the money that they take advantage of us, our children, our grandchildren, our future. We were once wealthy in America. There's no reason that we cannot have that wealth again, but we are being robbed on a minute-by-minute, second-by-second basis because the banks are on their knees praying for ideas on how to create more fees. So my suggestions, you can go visit bankofthieves.net, which is an instructional site on how we can get America back from the banks, because the banks are our enemies, and I know I go on about that. This rose right here is called Titanic. This is a pink rose. Now look how this comes in. Look, I don't know if you can really see that. You see the damage around the petals? I don't normally get in Titanic. It's a beautiful rose. It's a large budded rose. Fragrant, really nice fragrance. I enjoy the fragrance, but the guard petals are just horrible, and you have to peel back so many of them to get to the bud. And there's about generally a 33 petal count per rose bud if it's a good solid rose, sometimes more, sometimes less. These don't have a very large petal count. I could feel that. It's not rock solid. Sometimes you'll get these roses in from Ecuador that are rock hard solid. That's what you want. That's when it's a great rose. But I do take Titanic every now and then. Pastel pink. This is one of the best pastel pinks. There are others out there. But this is also kind of unique. I was showing this earlier. It is a pastel pink, but it's got stripes. Not everybody will like this type of rose. Some people will think it's quite unique and have never seen it.